Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the garden. Today we are out in the hoop house, out in the garden in general, and boy oh boy am I behind schedule, especially in terms of posting these garden updates. I'm going to try to do my best over the next couple weeks to get you guys up to date with what is going on, but I am way behind. So all of the cut flowers are looking really great. The weather here has been so unseasonably warm. Well, not unseasonably warm, but it's been a lot warmer than it usually is for this time of year. And in fact, we haven't had, knock on wood, a frost in a couple of weeks. So I'm still rapidly approaching my frost date. My frost date is usually the first week of May here where I live, is a pretty good guideline. And we're just sailing along here. Hopefully we won't get any more frost. I've started opening the hoop house a little bit more. Just taking a look at some of the flowers that we've got growing. A lot of things are in bloom. A lot of things are on the verge of being in bloom. So we'll just have to play it by ear and see what we have. A lot of the spring flowering bulbs are starting to finish up. And by that, I mean things like the muscari and the crocus. They're starting to finally finish up, which I enjoyed them a lot. I wish I had a larger planting of those, but unfortunately, I don't have the space for it anyway, so that's no big deal. The daffodils are also starting to finish up. The daffodils were actually a little bit early compared to everything else this year. I'm not quite sure why, but I wish they would have lasted just a little bit longer so I could have been able to use them in some bouquets, but it is what it is. Also, hyacinths are going to go ahead and finish up. I have a cut flower arrangement video for that coming up sometime soon, whenever I get around to making the audio and editing it. Like I said, definitely behind schedule. Taking a look at what's going around outside the hoop house, the tulips have started to bloom, which is exciting. These are the early peony double varieties. I think this one is Cream Upstart and I can't remember, Foxy Foxtrot or just regular Foxtrot, whichever one is just the normal pink color. Don't quote me on that because I'm absolutely not sure about that. So I'm just kind of waiting patiently for that to happen. In the hoop house, the plants have definitely started to stretch and get taller. If you've never grown a lot of flowers, this is definitely one of the first signs that, things are finally warming up. We're starting to think about bloom and all that. The plants will be very short and very compact, and then all of a sudden one day they will just start stretching out and getting taller and taller, and you know that the bloom is on the way, which I'm very excited for a lot of these different blooms, especially the things like the snapdragons and the scented stalks, which I've had trouble with before. And this year is no exception. The scented stalks I've especially had trouble with. English daisies have come into like a full-on really nice bloom. I'm so pleased with these English daisies. They are a perennial, technically hardy to zone 4, I believe, so they didn't even need to be in the hoop house. They were so easy to grow from seed. They germinated really readily. And they're just one of the first things to bloom along with my pansies. And seriously, I love these things. I definitely am going to be buying more seed for these next year and maybe fill up one of my flower beds with them or something because I really like these. I think this variety that I grew was called the habanero mix. I got it from Swallowtail Seeds. I always like Swallowtail Seeds. They have a lot of options. And this was one of those purchases that I made that was really just kind of on a whim, like, yeah, I'll give that a try and see what happens. So I am pleasantly surprised by those. All of the other hardy annual flowers are just looking really great. That's about it for this video. I know it's short and sweet, but I do want to show you guys what's going on. Thank you so much. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. I'd love to have you, especially if you like gardening. I hope that y'all are having an amazing day. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.